So I want to talk about understanding grace today. And the best way that I know to do it is from a series of questions that I've heard from my mentor, Graham Cook. And so he calls it two different lenses that we have. And so the quiz is, do you have lens one or are you living in lens two? So let's look at those specific questions that he has. So under lens one, first question. When you think about grace, do you have a constant sense of well-being about who you are in Jesus and who God is for you? Number two, is your daily experience of grace and goodness governing your mind, your will, and your emotions? Number three, do you have a sense of awe about being in union with God and being personally loved by the Heavenly Father? That's one lens. Here's another lens, lens two. First question, do you judge yourself based on your performance as a believer? Number two, is your language filled with I should have, I ought to, I'll do better? Number three, do you see yourself as a sinner saved by grace, but you still live under the shadows of shame for your mistakes, your errors of behavior, or sins? So where do you find yourself? Lens one or lens two? Because lens two is not God's heart for you. Lens one is God's heart for you. It's part of your new identity. It's this amazing gift of grace that we will probably be unpacking for the rest of our lives. So let's go back to those questions again. So the first one is, when you think about grace, do you have a constant sense of well-being about who you are in Jesus and who God is for you? So we're talking about peace. Are you just at peace with this process of who you are and who God's making you into? Number two talks about, is your daily experience of grace and goodness governing your mind, will, and your emotions? So are you hard on yourself? Because we don't need to be hard on ourselves anymore because we are just accepted with God. And the third one, again, do you have a sense of awe about being in union with God and being personally loved by the Heavenly Father? I think that for that, some of that for me, that awe is just that I'm chosen. Like He chose me in my sin. Everything that I was, He still chose me. And that just gives me an awe. So again, this is the lens. This is who we are. This is the grace, amazing, radical grace that God gives us. So Father, I just thank you so much. I don't think that we truly understand the depths of it, but will you help us? And I thank you that you're responsible for helping us live under this first lens, that you are helping us understand and accept this amazing grace that you have. And so would you just continue to bring to our awareness when we are putting on the other lens in how we see ourselves or you or others, and learn to just grow in the amazing grace and freedom that you have for us. You're so good.